Ahoy, hoy, everyone. I just saw a TV show last night talking about how Alexander Graham Bell had suggested we answer his phone with ahoy, hoy. Can you imagine? Ahoy, hoy. That's, we have, I guess, Thomas Edison to thank for hello. So, you're a little bit of trivia for today, but I just thought that was funny and wanted to share. Today, I'd actually like to talk about politics and religion. Whoa, whoa, Brian, you can't talk about those two things. People get upset. That's taboo. Well, don't worry. Today I'm only going to talking about politics and religion. So you're safe. Now, real reason we have such a hard time talking about these things is because these are very personal and important matters, right? These are things that we use to, create our worldview, how we think about our politics, what we subscribe to, and what religion we, attest to, or if we have one, will pretty much define how we interact with everyone else in the world around us. So it doesn't make sense that we're not allowed to talk about it. I understand why it's so hard, because you have a couple of things at play here. In my experience, you have human psychology, which has a real hard time taking information that doesn't already fit within that worldview. So if someone has an opinion or a viewpoint that's different from our own, we take offense at it. We get defensive, emotions start to run high, and it gets to be a really bad conversation really quickly. Another thing that we do is that we have this set of expectations that we can, in 5 minutes, change someone's complete worldview. That's not how it works. I mean, that really literally never happens unless you're talking with someone that has no opinions whatsoever. They might just adopt yours. But most people have an opinion already, and that's just not realistic. So what can we do to make that easier, make it better, to try and have more adult, calm conversations on these subjects? Well, one of the first things is to be aware of ourselves, right? Like I said, the human psychology part. So when we see ourselves getting anxious or feel ourselves getting upset, it's okay, time to step back, dial it down, lower the intensity, and if have to, just walk away, right? The other part is the expectation part. And actually, if we attack that part, that might actually help us with the first part. See, if we go in with the expectation of simply sharing our thoughts and opinions, not trying to change the other person's mind, not trying to change their entire worldview, just simply sharing what we think. If we go into the conversation with that viewpoint, that idea, that expectation, well, when they don't agree to it right away or they don't accept it right away, then it makes it easier for us to deal with. We don't get as nervous or as upset. See, everybody has this thing called a comfort zone. Anything you're comfortable doing is inside that comfort zone. Anything you're not comfortable doing is outside that comfort zone. For example, I used to do a lot of sales, face-to-face sales. I started a job doing customer service over the phone, and it was something I hadn't done before. I was very nervous. It was outside my comfort zone. It took several weeks for me to get any good at it, and several months to actually really get comfortable doing it. So, and just like with these videos here, I'm not used to doing this. It's a little uncomfortable. But as I try, if I keep continuing to try, I will get better, and it'll be more comfortable and be easier to do. I think we all just need to learn to have these conversations in order to evolve as a species, as a society. You see people at each other's throats, like those guys in Congress, I mean, come on. These people are literally paid to talk about politics, and they can't even have a civil conversation there? I mean, come on. We got to do better. So, in the interest of putting my money where my mouth is, I'm going to start a little series here, see how it goes, and where I'm just going to share my opinions. I welcome your opinions, and I actually welcome any constructive criticism. If you give me criticism saying, Brian, you talked about A, B, and C, but didn't talk about X, Y, and Z, then I'll be sure to cover X, Y, and Z next time. But if you just go up and say, Brian, you stink, what can I do with that? That doesn't give me anything to work with. Say, Brian, you stink, use deodorant. You know, that at least gives me something to go with, right? Somewhere to go. So, let me know what your thoughts, feelings, concerns. Happy to share my opinions and answer any questions. And next time, we'll go ahead and we'll jump right in and talk about Colin Kaepernick and George Floyd. Hoy hoy. I wonder what he wanted to say goodbye with. A doo-doo? Take care, guys.